Welcome to the Author Spotlight Show, a platform dedicated to celebrating remarkable women who share their purpose and their passion to make a difference in this world. My name is Gail Watson, founder and CEO of Women Speakers Association, a global community of women who use their voice to powerfully inspire others. Today, we're talking about the book Voices of the 21st Century Women Empowered Through Passion and Purpose. This book features extraordinary women from various backgrounds and walks of life who share how their message has merged from their life experience. With passion and purpose, these stories inspire readers to embrace their own power, break barriers, and create a better future. These women are a testament to the collective voice of women in shaping the world in which they envision. So today we are going to speak to co-author of Voices of the 21st Century, Woman Empowered Through Passion and Purpose. And if you're feeling stuck, perhaps you're stuck in grief or a sudden change that's happened in your life and you're not quite sure how to handle it, you're going to want to take a close listen to this woman we're going to meet right now. So please join me in welcoming Kashaun Parker.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Gail, and thank you for that wonderful introduction. I'm excited.
I'm super excited that we get to talk today about your story that you title "Find the Abundance in a Pile of Ashes." So I know you jump right out of the gate into your story of one with significant loss. I mean, unheard
Yes.
of, really, with losing a twin, a grandparent, and your mother, all at a very early age. So you are no stranger to loss and the unbearable feelings they bring. So let's talk about what inspired you to share your story.
That's a great question, Gail. So when I think about what it inspired me to share my story, it was always from the position of who can I help? Who needs to hear this? And so I took the opportunity to just kind of get out of my way and whatever thoughts I might have been having. And I really positioned myself in such a way that allows others the opportunity to sit with the words, sit with where they may be, and just inspire them and empower them. And it was through that thought that I said, yeah, it's time. And what better opportunity to just come out and share. I allowed the moment to be bigger than myself, and I just wrote.
That's beautiful. So when I mean, as I was reading your story and I was trying to put myself in your shoes, I'd be going, "Wow, it, how do you even come back from something like that?" And so as you were writing and as you live your life, really, what is it that you want people to take away from your story?
I think the main message to come from my story is the idea that life happens to us all, and it's not necessarily the events in life that shape us, but it's ultimately what we decide to do in those moments. And so I want people to take away from that their position and where they are and what obstacles they may be facing, and then just what action steps are they willing to take, because not all action steps are created equal, but action is action. So I want them to walk away with a willingness to at least try, and then just be willing to move.
Love that. Now you are a mother yourself, and
Yes.
I how many kids do you have?
I have three.
Three. Wow. So just at the beginning, before you even jump into your story, you make a statement to your children that you just don't want to tell them that they can be anything that they want, but rather you'd be a role model to them. So unsure of their ages right now, but how do they have they ever reflected that back to you?
The short answer is yes. um in so many ways. And I'll tell you, Gail, what inspired me to write just that snippet was I reflected on the message that was given to me from my parents. They told me I can be anything. They told me how powerful I was. They told me how special I was. But when I look back and I reflected, I didn't have much of a guiding light to show me how to do things. And I said, yes, I'm going to inspire my kids. I'm going to, just tell them all that they could become. But before I do any of that, I want the action to speak for me. And so when we talk now, it's really in that moment where they're looking like, wow, mom, you said you were going to do this, and look at what you're doing. And it inspires them to step out and to take their own bold action steps, which as a parent, I couldn't be happier to experience and witness.
Beautiful. And, it's, I think it's beautiful when I hear stories of, people have grown up with parents that tell them they can be anything and they're special. I grew up the same way, so I love that. But there's so many people that don't have that influence
Yes.
in their life. Is that kind of how this is all? I mean, tell me about what you're doing now in your business and how you're showing up for people because you run a business next step forward a coaching practice.
Yes. So the way that shows up in my business is I look to reach out and to partner with women that they're looking for more, they're looking for better, but they're just uncertain, they're unsure. And rather than, again, to tell them, my job, my goal as their coach, as their inspiration and guiding light is to show them. And so the heart and foundation of my practice really is to inspire women to go for greatness and to embody whatever that means for them, meeting them right where they are, and just kind of letting them know like the sky is the limit, but you got to be willing to do the work.
That's awesome. So really, you're that person in their life that lets them know that they're special, that they
Yes,
can do it too. All
yes,
right. So I think this would be a great time if somebody is listening right now and you're feeling like I could use that. I need that little nudge out of where I'm feeling stuck right now, or maybe you're stuck in a lot of grief. Maybe you're just stuck with a job change. Um, Kashaun, where can we get a copy of your book?
yes. So um my website is a great place to start, nextstepforwardcoach.com, or just DM me if that's easier. Just message me and we can talk about how to get your hands on a copy of the new book, Voices of the 21st Century, Women Empowered Through Passion and Purpose.
And you are just full of that. I mean,
Yes.
I love, I mean, I really do love your life story, how it could have gone so differently. And you embrace change. So as we kind of wrap up, what is there any advice? Is there any words of wisdom that you would want to leave us with um, to maybe help us navigate through that as well?
So, the words of wisdom I would just offer anyone reading the book as a whole is to let these stories inspire you, allow them to work through you, and then just be willing. There's a lot that comes through willingness. Be willingness to do whatever your heart nudges you to do, because you won't uh, leave the book the way you came in. It is one that will transform in one way or another. So just be willing to take the journey.
Thank you. Just be willing
Yes.
to take the journey. That's great advice. So again, if you're listening right now and you're really hearing and then the words of Kashaun are really, coming into your heart, please do go to her website, pick up a copy of her book, and perhaps get a few more copies, 5 or 10 other copies to be able to gift out to people. We know that we're in times where people can be feeling lonely or stuck themselves. What a beautiful gift to offer somebody. Again, it's Kashaun's story along with 44 other women who are sharing their life experiences. There's something for everybody in this book. I want to thank you for writing and sharing your story, Kashaun. Such a beautiful story. And for showing up here today and for sharing your heart with us.
And thank you, Gail. I appreciate that. And thank you so much for the opportunity. This is and has been an incredible journey.
Good. And to Kashaun's children out there, your mom's a rock star. Okay. I'm seeing her all over social media, just kicking it. So, way to go, Kashaun. You're awesome. You are a great role model.
Thank you,
So,
Gail.
your kids are lucky to have you. All right. To our listeners out there, thank you very much for watching. Go to nextstepforwardcoach.com, get a few copies of Kashaun's book. And wherever you are in this world, we want to wish you an amazing day. Thanks for joining us.